Hey, good afternoon, fam. Good afternoon. Hope all is well to everybody. Hope all is well to everybody. Listen, so the past couple of days, right? I've been watching just a bunch of clips. I actually saw the whole thing. I saw the whole Breakfast Club, interview with Dame Dash, right? And then the past 2 or 3 days, it's been all these clips about it, right? And listen, like, here's the deal. Um, I don't really watch the Breakfast Club like that. Every once in a while, depends on who they're interviewing. Then I might watch. I might get in. But I think this interview with Dame Dash, this recent one with Dame Dash, by far is the funniest interview I've ever seen. But along with it being funny, it's also a lot of truth that was in this interview, right? Because I've never been a fan of Charlamagne, to be honest with you. Something about him just have always rubbed me funny. And then as Dame Dash was talking to him, he obviously called him all kind of like derogatory things, which I'm not gonna say here. But he did mention something to me that was really, really important, right? And I want to go over, a few of them. One, he said he's not a proper representation of masculine men, and which I've always believed, to be honest with you. Again, there's something about him that's always rubbed me funny, to be honest with you. Um, and and Dame Dash, I think something came over him that made him go all in on Charlamagne, right? And then you also mentioned the fact that people are watching these guys and they're out here giving out bad information. Like he mentioned, like, yo, you have a platform, and and how dumb he is, as to his platform and how he uses platform. So what do I mean? When he mentioned the fact that, you know, um, I guess Dame Dash filed bankruptcy, and how Donald Trump filed bankruptcy multiple times, and which made him a bad businessman. And Dame Dash said something that was so, to me, is like, and I've said this to quite a lot of people, especially when Donald Trump was running, and I have quite a few friends who say, "Oh, Trump is not a great businessman. He filed bankruptcy many times." And I tell people, I said, listen to what you just said. He filed bankruptcy many times, and the man is still a billionaire. So I want you to go back and think about what you just said, because most people who file bankruptcy most of the time never recover financially. Okay, so for a person to have filed bankruptcy 6 times or so, and to still be in the top elite, to still be a billionaire, not even a millionaire, a billionaire, that tells you something about this individual. You understand? But most people don't understand this, and that's what Dame Dash meant when he says that Charlamagne is dumb, and he give out these bad information, right? Calling Trump a con artist, a con man, and again how he's a bad businessman, right? And I listened to Charlamagne. I was listening to him during the whole um, um, election when he was going on different platform, right? And having all these things to say about Donald Trump and stuff like that, right? And to me, it's kind of wild because I've never heard this man say anything about Trump before he started running for office. Now, all of a sudden, you got so much smoke for this guy. So, how about him being a bad businessman and how he's not for black people? And as far as we know, before he ran for office, he was always for black people. He supported Mike Tyson. He went to court with Michael Jackson. I think it was Jennifer Hudson, I believe, that had a situation with the family, that he helped them, and that he allowed her to stay, in one of his establishments, right? So to me, I'm just like, I have no respect for Charlamagne, to be honest with you. And then he finalized it with this. He's like, yo, somebody's paying you to say the things that you say. And I've always said that. Somebody is paying this clown for the things that he said. For example, when it was a debate that Donald Trump had with Kamala, right? And during that debate, to me personally, she looked like she wasn't of sound mind. She looked like she was either drunk or she don't know what the heck she's talking about. And Charlemagne came back to say that she had the best debate, that she destroyed, Donald Trump, right? I'm over here Under Armour, right? Wonderful facility. Look at this, it's amazing, right? So, and Charlemagne was talking about how, she destroyed, Donald Trump in that debate. And I'm asking myself, like, excuse me, like, what debate did you see? And for you to go on platforms and lie about this, somebody has to be paying you. Somebody has to be paying you. And this is the reason why I can't rock with those guys, to be honest with you. A lot of them have sold their soul to the devil. I'm never gonna lie. A lot of them have sold their soul to the devil. Okay? So, that interview was comical. It really was. It was funny. It was the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. But there was also some truth to that interview. Okay? When these guys are going on here deceiving black people. And that's what he meant when he said that he don't feel as though that Charlemagne is a great representative for masculinity. And I believe it. Even like looking at him, something tells me there's some suspect about this gentleman. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't really listen to this guy. I lost mad respect for him for all the things that he was saying during the election, that this man was actually running for Kamala, to have her in office. With all the things that we knew, with all the things that Candace Owens uncovered about Kamala, he was still running for her to make office. This is why Dame Dash said, somebody's paying you, sir. Somebody's paying you. Who's paying you to say the things that you're saying? You sold your soul to the devil. And then I'm going to close with this, because I believe this is really hurting this generation. Okay? This word that I'm about to say is really hurting this generation. And it's part of the reason why this generation is behaving the way that they're behaving. And that word is broke. He kept on calling Dame Dash broke. And Dame Dash was trying to explain to him about, I don't physically have money, but my family business is wealthy. But he thought if he kept on saying the word broke, it will offend him. And Dame Dash said, I don't care if you call me broke. That doesn't hurt me. Now, why is that important? A lot of our children, especially in our community, is when you tell them they're broke, is a trigger word. Which is the reason why some of these young ladies go out here and sell their body and dance on pole. So that way they can flex on other people, so that way they don't look like they're broke, or they don't feel like they're broke. That's why some of these young men out here go out here and sell drugs, sell guns, rob places, rob people, okay? So that way they won't be broke, okay? And people are looking for instant gratification, okay? This is bad. This is bad for our community, okay? And I know I watch all these platforms, and that word comes up. I should research how many times that word that word is used on a daily basis. Broke. And people start to feel like they are nothing. Okay? Not everybody's gonna be wealthy, not everybody's gonna make six figure, but you're still a person, you're still a human being. Okay? So if you're watching this, I want to tell you this, right? If you're broke right now, it's okay. Okay? Don't sell your soul to the devil to make it look like you're not broke. Okay? When I first started my journey into entrepreneurship, if I share my story with you guys are like, oh my God, bro, how'd you make it? Okay? Broke is a mentality. If your mind up here is saying, you know what, this is just my circumstance right now, but I'm gonna work my ass off to figure it out and to get to the next level and keep going and keep going and keep going, you ain't broke. It's just a situation that you're in, right? As a matter of fact, everybody at some point is broke or will be broke, because you can always get to the top and then life happens and now you go back down again. Okay? You understand? So I noticed that Charlamagne tried to use that word so many times because he thought that it will offend Dame Dash, but you can't offend somebody who's mentally strong. See, that word may have offended Charlamagne, okay? But that word wouldn't have offended a person like Dame Dash because he's so mentally tough, okay? He's so mentally tough, okay? So, and I've been wanting to speak on this for a while because almost every platform, especially you get on this platform and you hear these ladies come out from, I don't want to deal with no broke man, everything's broke. Not, I don't want to deal with a man that has bad character. Not, as a matter of fact, some of these women will deal with guys who is out here in these streets, but as long as he got money, they'll deal with him. This is how bad it's got. This is how bad it's got. So I'm gonna close out with that because I want to take a moment to talk about that interview. And if you haven't seen it, you guys should go watch it. You are going to laugh your ass off. I guarantee it. I think the interview was like 1 hour and 3 minutes or something like that. But I remember I started watching it like 2:30 in the morning. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna just watch a little bit of it and then I'm gonna close my eyes and go to bed. I didn't go to bed until 4 o'clock in the morning. I watched the whole thing. That's how funny that whole interview was. So yeah, I want to share that with you guys because listen, a lot of things have to change, and the people who we listen to and who we follow, we have to be very careful as to the people who we listen to and we follow. And Charlamagne is not a person that I would suggest anybody follow or listen to. If you go back and watch every platform he went on to talk bad about Donald Trump or talk bad about, America, period, that's not a person that you want to follow. I'm just sorry. That's not a person that you want to follow. All right. So listen, I hope everybody is well today. You understand? And again, if you get a chance, go watch it. It's the Breakfast Club interview with Dame Dash. You guys have a good one.